Good afternoon, Virgo. I hope you're all doing well. This is your love advice reading for the next couple of weeks. Takes us from today, which is the 9th, to pretty much, I think, the 23rd of November. Thank you so much to any returning subscribers. Thank you so much to anybody who's watching this. Please be aware that I do reversals and I do read it as perhaps I'd see it, and hopefully that helps you a little bit to sort of navigate where we are, because obviously energies all switch and change all the time. Anyway, let's make a start. The first card you've got is the Three of Cups, which is pretty damn good card to have, Virgo. This could also indicate some sort of celebration. Maybe it's somebody's birthday. I was just looking at Virgo and thinking, no, it's not Virgo's birthday. Could indicate some sort of celebration, some sort of party, some sort of get together, some sort of reconciliation. So this is a very, very good card to have, and I would see you being very sociable this next 2 weeks, whether you just want to get out more, whether you want this celebration, whether you want to meet people, meet friends, and just all round get out, if you will. And the next card you have from that sort of reinforces that a little bit, and that's the Page of Wands. And that is, again, about the enthusiasm, if you will, to sort of get out there, to meet people, to go out, to do something. But it's a very childish enthusiasm, if that makes any sense. You know, when you like text people, come on, are we going out? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? And maybe the other person's, I'm working, love, you know, I haven't really got time for this. So, and it can be a card of just being wrapped up in all the enthusiasm, but that's not a bad thing, Virgo. That's not a bad thing. If you want to do this, if you've got this enthusiasm or you've got this get up and go, as I've said many times in relationship readings, sometimes the energies can be very, very different. You can have this going on where you just want to get out, go for it, go on holiday, have a break, you visit new places, whereas the other person's ill or the other person's lost the job. And sometimes the energies can just be a little bit off, and you've just got to sometimes bear in mind that however you feel isn't necessarily how the other person feels. And even sometimes if they sort of go along with it, like, yeah, fine, we'll go on holiday if that's what you want. Sometimes if they're not feeling it, it can sort of drag you down as well, that maybe, you know, it's not the best. But anyway, these are very, very good cards. I'm not trying to be negative here. These are very, very good cards for you, and the enthusiasm's there anyway, and the will to sort of get out or to celebrate or to do something is very, very good. The Page of Wands is also an action card, and that sort of encourages this action, if you will, of texting, of ringing, of, you know, sort of getting yourself out there, and a very, very enthusiastic card to have. All right. But the next card you've got with that is the Ace of Swords. So I think, again, as I was saying, you may very well want to go somewhere. You may have this enthusiasm. You may be sort of wanting to get up and go to visit somewhere. You may be texting a lot. You may be ringing a lot. But I think it's possible that you maybe don't have any clarity from the other person, if that makes any sense. So say like you say, or want to go away or want to go somewhere, the other person says, yeah, well, we'll go soon, or yeah, we'll have to make arrangements, that sort of thing. That's how perhaps I would see that maybe the clarity or the communication isn't clear from the other person, or there's no sort of definite carved in stone commitment, is what I want to say. All right. But yeah, I'd see this as very, very good for you. I just think, again, maybe the other person has got to sort of meet you halfway, or make some sort of clear commitment of where you're going and how best to deal with this, if that makes any sense to you. The next card you've got is the Knight of Swords, and I would see this as the person you're with. And if you look at the energy of the both of you, you just look like, again, different people. This is you, all enthusiastic and ready to go, if you will. And this is that person who comes in this fortnight as a little bit more mature than you. They could very well be older, or they could just be a bit more logical. This Swords cards can be a little bit more rational, a bit more reasonable. So say like you said, well, come on, let's go out, I want to go somewhere, and the person said, well, listen, you know, have you got any money? Or where do you think you were going in quarantine? You know, I mean, so I would just see it as maybe some of this communication needs to clear up a little bit. You need to maybe get on the same page a little bit. Maybe energies are a little bit different this month, but again, that's not a bad thing, Virgo, because they're always going to be like that. And like I say, people have different ideas. People have different ideas of where they want to go or what they want to do, or you know, how, depending on how they're feeling at the time. So I would see the person you're with is a little bit more logical, reasonable, rational, if you will, and you just a bit more, come on, let's just go for it and let's not overthink it. So I think again, there's just maybe communication needs clearing up a little bit, or we have some clarity, but again, that maybe comes in the next 2 weeks, so nothing really to worry about there. All right. The next card you've got, I sort of wanted to clarify all that a little bit and ask again what you should do about this relationship. And I got the same card really as a more adult version of the Page of Wands, and that is the Knight of Wands, and that still is a very much action orientated card. It is still a card of travelling, it is still a card of enthusiasm, of flirting, of ringing, of texting, of doing something. So I won't see that as a bad thing at all, and I think that's still the direction you need to be going in this fortnight. And again, if we look at that card compared to the person you're with, we're a bit more on the same page because we're both knights, if that makes any sense. We're the same sort of energy. So I still think you've got to keep this enthusiasm going, and I still think that's a good idea. And I think that makes the relationship a little bit more balanced. So it's all good. All right, I hope I'm making sense to you there of how I would see that. So either way, or the relationship, I see it is absolutely fine. I think you should still carry on, like I say, celebrating and do what you want to do. I see it as very, very good that a lot of your cards are both upright. That's a good sign. And I would see it as the other person's upright, which again is a good sign, because a lot of time people come in reversed and they can get down and depressed or get fed up with a relationship. So you all being upright is a good thing, if you will. And the last card you've got, this is from the Whispers of Love Oracle, and this is listen with your heart. And it really just means, regardless of what's being said from the other person, regardless of what words sometimes people come out with, you've just got to go in your heart and just think, do I really love this person? You know, is there hope for this? Is it all going to work out? And just go with that rather than the words, because a lot of time people just send texts anyway without overly thinking what they're saying or overly thinking of what they're sending, you know. And I think a lot of the time we can read them wrong as well. We can read things wrong or misjudge what the other person's intentions are, or, you know. So I think maybe take this on board, that listen with your heart, and what does your heart say? And I think if you can get to that answer, Virgo, then you're in a pretty damn good place. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Have a good fortnight, Virgo. Everything looks all right here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.